Hey guys, it's Noah, and sorry I look a mess. I am really stressed out. I probably have a cold. But, yeah, this is my post-election thoughts. Ever since about 3 a.m.-ish, November 8th this year, people have been asking me to make this video. I think I've gotten a total of 31 suggestions, something around the line, over it. And I've waited because I wanted to get all my thoughts together on this, and I didn't want this entire video to be ruled by emotion. I wanted to approach it from a more logical standpoint. But I found out, I went to the other side of the camp, so to speak. Yesterday someone told, oh no, it was 2 days ago actually, maybe yesterday, depends on how late this is going to get updated. November 9th, the day after the election, I went to my history class, and my teacher, someone I deeply respect and hold very high in my mental standpoint of him, said some things that I really get. He said that we have to go to the other side's campfire and listen. So today I listened to anyone I knew who voted Trump or who supported Trump. I talked to about maybe 10 to 11 different people who supported Trump. And I heard everything they had to say on the matter. And I heard a lot of viewpoints from Republicans who only support Trump because he was a Republican viewpoint. And that's, when you add those in, it's closer to about 30 people. Lots of 30s in my life recently. But yeah, after talking to all these people, I got a rather, this was in person, throughout the day, I got a rather odd view of how to see people who support Trump. So I went online and I talked to people online, and I talked to a lot of people, and several dozen at the least, and I realized something. Everyone, there are those few exceptions that are just voting Trump because Hillary is too horrible for them, and that I'm quoting them, or that she's too corrupt, or that she's too this or too that. I heard, I think 3 times, with different people, that they supported Trump because a woman should not be in office. And every single time it was from women, which blew my mind. And I heard from people of all races and all genders, but, well, I say all genders. The only people I talked to were cis. But I'm one trans guy. But everyone I talked to had a very similar viewpoint. Or not everyone, most everyone, 99% of everyone I talked to had a very similar viewpoint, and every single one of them didn't like someone else because they were different. And that blew my mind, and looking at it, it makes sense. Trump plays to the whole, well, it's their fault. It's obviously not ours, because we aren't the reason we're suffering, it's them. But if they're suffering, it's their fault. But it's never ours. And Trump plays to that, because no one wants to blame themselves for things. It's not a pleasant feeling. No one wants that, so he offered an alternative. Not a very good alternative, not for everyone else. It's very selfish, and that's pretty much, it's very selfish and hateful. But within that, I'm not going to end up, that's what I saw. I mean, it'd be all Trump supporters. In fact, it wasn't all Trump supporters, it was just the majority of the people I talked to. But in all honesty, I've heard from a lot more people coming to me in fear today and yesterday. People coming to me crying when they found Trump had won. People coming to me and talking to me about it, and me hearing their views. And in every single one of their views, all I heard was fear. And when I went out and started looking for people to talk to who support Trump, I heard a lot of viewpoints from people who didn't support Trump and people who are, everything coming out of their mouths is based on fear. And fear of being hunted down and killed, fear of being beaten, fear of their rights being stripped away. And it kind of blew my mind. How could America have elected someone as a president that terrified so many people? Like, to the point of honestly figuring out, I mean, I talked 3 people out of suicide November 9th. 3 people. And in all honesty, I haven't talked to a lot of my close friends because I haven't been able to get a hold of them, and that terrifies me. In fact, one of my close friends came to me with a bruise on her face this morning and was like, I need to talk. And we talked, and she had apparently been jumped and called a lesbo and a dyke and beat for being who she is. And it's just, it's horrible. And that's not the first time I've seen it. I've seen violence rates skyrocket, especially against minorities. And that just saddens me. I mean, it's like Trump is playing to the want of people to hurt others. He's playing into their violence. He's playing into their self-pity. He's playing into their worst emotions, their most cowardly emotions, and it's disgusting and it's terrifying. And in all honesty, I don't know what's happening, and I am in fear right now, and I am so scared right now of what this country is becoming, and I don't know what else I can do. I tried, and I'm trying right now to be there for all the people who need me, and I'm trying to understand how this could have happened. And then sometimes you realize things, and as my brother elegantly put it this morning, we're the country who mourned a gorilla for 6 months instead of dealing with our problems. And that was one of the made more sense to me than most of what anyone's ever said, even though it was so simple. We're the country who cared more about an animal than our own people. We're the country that reacts in fear and violence every time someone's different. We're not a free country. We aren't America. We are no better than a dictatorship, but we're ruled by fear and nothing else. Those of us who try to escape that are eventually killed. And it's scary. And honestly, I just want to cry. But I can't stop. I just don't know what to do. I honestly have no idea what I'm doing anymore. I don't know how to fix this, and I know I can't. Trump will be president for maybe 4 years, 8 max, and there's nothing I can do to stop that. Everything I want to do in my life has officially hit a roadblock because I don't know how to do what I want. I don't know how to help people anymore because our very nation is ripping itself apart, and there's nothing an individual like me can do. I can be there for a few people at a time. I can be there for maybe 1,000 people, but I can't do it, and that is terrifying. And I know that many of you are terrified now, and in fear for your lives, and I get it, and I don't think you're wrong in fearing, but I don't know what to say because I'm so scared of what America is going to do to itself, of what it has done to itself. Anyway, Stolen, and I'm out. Y'all be nice to each other.